All right, everybody, welcome back. I am so excited for today's deep dive.
Yeah, this is a good one.
We're talking about something that I think a lot of people have probably seen in the world of Minecraft and maybe even used,
Definitely seen it.
but maybe don't fully understand the mechanics behind them.
Exactly.
And so we're going to be talking about sticky pistons.
They're really cool.
They're really, really cool. I remember the first time I ever saw one.
Oh, yeah.
I was completely blown away.
What was it doing?
Well, I was playing on a server at the time, and somebody had built like a hidden door.
Okay, classic.
And I was just like, what is going on here? How is this wall moving?
Right.
So yeah, that's just like one tiny example.
Yeah, that's a good one to start with, though.
Yeah.
It's iconic for a reason.
So, let's back up for a second.
Right.
What even is a sticky piston? Like, how would you explain it to somebody who's never seen one before?
So basically, you've got your regular pistons, right? Those can push blocks. But then you've got the sticky piston, which is basically a piston that can not only push blocks,
Oh.
but it can pull them as well.
Okay.
So when it retracts, it brings the block with it.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that opens up a lot of different possibilities in terms of the kinds of mechanisms and things you can build.
Okay, so let's talk about the mechanics.
All right.
How does it actually work? Like, what makes it sticky?
Well, the secret ingredient is
Slime.
slime. Exactly. You combine a regular piston with a slime ball and boom,
Oh, wow.
you've got yourself a sticky piston.
It's that simple, huh?
Yep, pretty much. And then just like regular pistons, you activate it with a redstone signal.
Okay.
So you send a redstone signal, it extends and pushes or pulls the block, and when the signal's off, it retracts.
Gotcha. So is there a limit to how many blocks it can move?
Yeah, so they can only move blocks one space at a time.
Okay.
You can't just like launch something across the map, unfortunately.
Oh, man. I was hoping to build a chicken launcher.
Maybe someday.
Someday, maybe in a future update.
We can dream.
So, we've talked about how it works.
Yeah.
But what can you actually do with sticky pistons in the game? Like, give me some examples.
Oh man, where do I even begin? They're so versatile. We already talked about hidden doors.
Right.
You can create traps for mobs or other players.
Who's sneaky?
Yeah, you could have like a pitfall with a sticky piston that pulls the floor out from under someone's feet.
I like it.
You can automate farms.
Oh, yeah.
Like you can use them to push and pull water source blocks to irrigate your crops automatically.
That's so smart. I need that in my real life garden.
Right. No more hand watering.
Exactly. What else?
Well, for the more creative builders out there, you can use them to swap decorative blocks.
Oh, so you can change the look of your build instantly.
Exactly. Like imagine a wall that can switch between different patterns, or a house that transforms from like a cozy cabin to a modern mansion.
Okay, that is so cool. I'm already thinking of all the possibilities.
Yeah, it's really cool. And of course, you can't forget about the classic hidden treasure chest.
Ooh, yes, the secret stash.
Right. You can use sticky pistons to conceal a chest behind a wall or under the floor.
Yeah, and your friends will never find it.
Exactly.
Unless they listen to this deep
Oh
dive.
no, our secret's out.
All right, so we've talked about some pretty cool uses, but you mentioned earlier that you can move multiple blocks at once.
Yeah. So this is where things get really interesting.
I'm listening.
Basically, slime and honey blocks act like glue.
Okay.
So if you connect a bunch of blocks together with slime or honey, you can move them all as one unit with a sticky piston.
Wow, wait, so you can move like a whole stack of blocks?
Yep, up to 12 blocks, I think.
That's insane. What could you even do with that?
The possibilities are endless. You could make retractable bridges or multi-level elevators.
Whoa, an elevator in Minecraft.
Absolutely.
That is next level.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. There are some seriously talented builders out there who have made some incredible contraptions using this technique.
Okay, I'm officially mind blown. But before I go off and try to build like a piston-powered roller coaster, are there any limitations to sticky pistons? Like, are there any blocks they can't move?
Yeah, there are actually a few.
Okay,
So things like bedrock and obsidian, those are immovable.
makes sense. They're like the strongest blocks in the game.
Exactly. Spawners are also immovable, and jukeboxes,
Okay,
portal frames,
and what about Skulk?
sculk blocks.
You're
Yep,
not-
those are immovable too.
Interesting. So even with all that sticky power, there are some things that just won't budge.
Yep, some things are just too stubborn.
I guess that makes sense for game balance, right? Like, imagine if you could move bedrock.
Yeah, that would be chaos.
The whole world would fall apart. Okay, so any other limitations?
We also have to be careful with fragile items.
Fragile items.
Yeah, like if you try to push a flower or an egg with a sticky piston, it'll probably break.
Oh, that makes sense. I
Ah,
guess it's like those fragile handle with care stickers you see on boxes.
exactly. You got to be careful with the delicate stuff.
So I know we've talked about how cool sticky pistons are, but did you know that they weren't actually an original part of the game?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they were a mod.
Yeah, so these two modders, Hippopotamus and Dievil, they came up with the idea and they actually coded it into the game.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, they were really talented, and they shared their work with Jeb, who's a Mojang developer,
Okay.
and he loved it so much that he decided to include it in the official game.
What year was that?
That was back in 2011.
Wow, so sticky pistons have been around for a while.
Yep, they've become a staple of Minecraft.
It's amazing how modders can have such a big impact on the game.
Yeah, it really shows the power of the Minecraft community.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today. We
Yeah.
talked about what sticky pistons are, how they work, the amazing things you can do with them, and even their origins.
We did it all.
So what would you say to our listeners who are maybe feeling inspired and want to start building with sticky pistons? What advice would you give them?
I would say don't be afraid to experiment. Try different things, see what works, what doesn't.
Think outside the box.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to look for inspiration online. There are tons of amazing tutorials and videos out there.
Yeah, and who knows, maybe you'll come up with the next big sticky piston invention.
You could be the next Hippopotamus or Dievil.
Exactly. All right, so that's our deep dive on sticky pistons.
I hope you enjoyed it.
If you enjoyed this episode and you learned something new, make sure to like and subscribe and tell your friends all about sticky pistons.
Spread the sticky piston love.
And we'll see you next time for another deep dive into the world of